Welcome back to another episode of the Backyard Bullies podcast. I am your host, Cam, here with my boy Pete, and you know we had to bring AJ Russ back. So we're going to go ahead and get right off into it. We got playoff talk for y'all. Right now, the Rockets are currently up on the Warriors, which I think we all know if the Rockets lose this game, they're pretty much cooked. Do y'all see like the Rockets maybe coming out on top of the series or what?
For me, I think things change a lot. Right now, obviously, the game won't taking place, but Jimmy Butler being out, so that's obviously going to be a thing to monitor for sure.
Hmm.
But I think like if that's something that is it's a long term injury, then obviously the Rockets would probably be favored in ways. But I mean, I know y'all picked the Warriors to win the series. Obviously, I'm a Rockets fan, so I want them to win. Realistically, though, like if that injury is like puts Jimmy to like 75%, I could see opportunity in a window for the Rockets to get their rhythm potentially and maybe win. But if the Warriors are able to replicate how they played last time, Jimmy Butler's able to get back to that level, then yeah, but that Jimmy Butler, I think injury really determines a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Pete, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to go ahead and stick with the team that I picked to win, and the Warriors. The Rockets. I mean, they're in the playoffs, so they always have a chance to come out on top. You wouldn't be on the playoffs if you didn't have a chance to win. But um, I don't necessarily think that Jimmy's gonna stay out for too long. He always gets in the playoffs. He's always banged up by the championship, and then
Mhm.
he still drops 40. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the Warriors.
Yeah, that is one thing about Jimmy. Like he's always been really good at like playing through injuries, like compared to other players. Like he's just like super grimy. So like even when other, like if he hurts his knee, like other players would sit out for like 2 games. Jimmy's like, nah, I'm gonna drop 40. So I think though with the Rockets, man, like we kind of seen in the last game, like what me and AJ was talking about, and then me and you Pete talked about in the last episode. Like they really struggled in that half court setting, especially playoffs because the pace slows down a lot. So like we really seen it from Fred. Fred had a horrible game. Jalen Green didn't do as well. Shangoon luckily was able to kind of come through for us a bit and make it competitive. But other than that, the other guys, I think they really got to step it up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen some of that so far in this game. Like Jalen Green, he's had a really good first half, so that'll have to continue because, like we were saying on the call beforehand, Jalen Green having 7 points, that's unacceptable, especially for the second best player. I mean, Shingun showed up and he showed up this game, which is good, but I mean, for you to have a chance in the playoffs, everyone has to be playing at their highest level for sure to have opportunity to win.
Hmm. I will say about the Rockets, it's like I know me and Pete had said this. Like I know we keep saying I said this a long time ago, but Pete, like me and Pete was saying, I think the Rockets might have like the worst best player on the team of all teams. Like I think everybody else team got a better player than the Rockets team. You know what I mean? Like if you go through the list, Paulo Magic, Bucks Giannis, Curry Warriors, Grizzlies Ja. Like I think the Rockets have like the worst 1A or best player on the team. You know what I mean? I think every team has a player better than somebody like the main guy on the Rockets.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. The only team that I might say doesn't have that is probably the Pacers because I don't
Mm.
necessarily think Tyrese Halliburton is better than LP.
You don't think Pascal maybe?
Pascal, I feel like Tyrese is their 1A.
Mm.
So, we can't go down the line and be like, okay, well, Miles Turner is we have to go their 1A and their 1A is Tyrese. So I don't think Tyrese is necessarily better than LP.
Okay, okay. That's a good actually debate. Yeah, yeah. Pacers. I didn't even think of them.
That's
I don't know.
exactly what came to my mind too when you were talking about it, Cam. Too, that's crazy that you said that, Pete, because yeah, the Pacers came in my head too, and it's ironic. Obviously, we'll probably talk about later with Tyrese Halliburton, being named by players anonymously overrated. So that's interesting. But yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So Hallie, I think like he got 14% of votes on being like overrated. I seen Drew Holiday was on there, and I really don't remember the other guys, but just the fact that he was on the list, like dang, 14%, bruh. Like I get if y'all think I'm overrated, but like I'm the most
I'm the most
overrated.
over it.
Like it ain't
Well,
nobody.
I feel like he has to be the most overrated. I
You
mean,
think so?
he went to the Olympics, and there's players like Paolo who didn't get to go to the Olympics for USA
Hmm.
when and Hallie made it, and he's not as good as them. So if he's overrated and he made the Olympics, he has to be the most overrated.
Yeah, I think the thing with him is like he's been really inconsistent, and then he isn't like a crazy dominant scorer. So like his game really thrives off of like passes. So if he's not really doing well passing or not like keeping his turnovers down, then he's not going to be that guy who goes like Ant Man. Ant Man can go with 40 with zero assists and it's still be a good night. Hallie, He won't ever
Yeah.
really get off like like how Ant-Man will get off. But I do got a couple guys here that, since speaking of overrated, since Hallie was, they came out with that list. And I know, did they do this list last year? Do y'all remember who was on it? Like who
I'm
who who got picked? Because I don't remember this.
I think I remember seeing something about this
Uh,
list last year, but I don't necessarily remember who was number one. It might have been Halliburton last year too. So
Dang. So all right, so like I said, I got a list here of 5 players. I want y'all to tell me if they're overrated or underrated. Now these players are past, current, present. You know what I mean? I said
yeah.
past, current, present. Yeah, current, present, same thing. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and get right off into it. Okay, first player I got on the list, DeMar DeRozan. Is DeMar DeRozan overrated or underrated?
Ooh, for me, I mean, I'm gonna say underrated, but not like too much underrated. Like if it was a third option that's right, I don't know, cause like I see, I know what you're saying, Pete, for sure. I mean, it's tough.
Pete,
You didn't share the list. I didn't look at the list beforehand, but
nah,
nah,
no one did.
but
It's yeah.
nah,
Yeah, I
DeRozan,
haven't
I'd
seen the
say.
list.
Yeah.
Dang, I want to change it. Look, but I'll stay the same because I think underrated in ways. Just because I'll say the Toronto factor because I know everyone will point to after he was traded, they immediately won a championship and stuff like that. But I guess what he did for them. But I mean, like I will say the other factor of it too is that like besides mid range, scoring at that level, like defensively, he's not really that much of a great defender, or he really couldn't shoot threes like that. Not the greatest playmaker, but I'm gonna just say underrated right now because I already said it beforehand, but I can definitely see the overrated aspect for sure.
Pete,
Yeah, I'm definitely. You kind of helped prove my point for me.
Right.
I'm definitely gonna go overrated, but it's mainly because like it's not even really because of the Raptors situation. I mean, yeah, he didn't win a chip the whole time he was at the Raptors, but then after the Raptors, they took him and they wanted to make him 1A and make Zach Levine 1B, and I feel like neither one of them. I feel like I said this in the last podcast or 2 podcasts ago. Neither one of them is a number one player. Like both of them are number two, but people hold DeMar DeRozan in such high regard as like, oh, he's a good number one player. He could be the number one option on a championship team. And I never think yeah, I don't think he could ever be the number one option
I
on a
think
championship team.
I think the main thing, like what AJ said, like he's super athletic, but he's shit at defense. And like there's a lot of people like that in the NBA. Like Russell Westbrook, Pete is one. I know that's your guy. But like you would think with Russell Westbrook, with his athleticism, with his lateral quickness, with his vertical, you would think he would be like all time steals leader. But he's kind of like a below average to average defender, even though he has like peak human athleticism.
Yeah, and it's
That's
crazy for the Russell Westbrook argument. Just
mhm.
hearing it because when he like tries to play defense, when you really see him out there trying to play
Hmm.
defense, he's a great defender.
Yeah.
He's locking KD up and stuff. But it's only when it's personal. It's
Yeah.
only when he's like
When he
he's like,
wants
oh, I
to.
have
Like
to do it.
against
Yeah, yeah,
Dame.
Mhm. And that's all
yeah,
defense really is.
exactly.
It's just wanting to do it.
Yeah.
All right, next we got Timmy Jim, Tim Duncan. Is Tim Duncan overrated or underrated?
I would say neither to that, but I mean, I'm not gonna say Tim is overrated in my opinion. I think in my opinion, I mean, he's the best power forward the league has seen still. So, I mean, obviously he's called a big fundamental for a reason. Not the
Mm.
most flashy player, but I mean, he was dominant, has 5 rings, and he had a great run, had some MVPs as well too. So I think if I had to choose underrated or overrated, I'm gonna say underrated because I don't think he's overrated.
Mm. Pete?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that, AJ. I definitely think he's underrated. Because we love basketball, so we see and we recognize Tim Duncan being, top three power forwards all time. But a lot of, chatter I hear outside of, like main basketball media, they don't really hold Tim Duncan in that high of a regard just because he's not as flashy per se as some other players, or, he's not as polarizing, I guess you could say.
Mm. One thing I will say, like a argument I always hear about Tim Duncan is, well, what if KG was on the Spurs? Or what if Dirk was on the Spurs? Would they have maybe at least somewhere near the same success as Tim? Or is it like because Tim's there, you know what I mean? It's because
Yeah, I
of
mean,
Tim.
they definitely would have had,
More success,
some
but
success, but
not to the
I don't
level of Tim.
necessarily think it would have been the level of Tim. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Tim is the main reason that the Spurs were winning the chips,
Mm-hmm.
and the style of play that they had, I don't necessarily think that anybody else would have just like listened and just fit into that role like Tim Duncan would have or Tim Duncan did.
Okay, okay. Up next, we got Captain Clay Thompson, is he overrated or underrated?
Oh man,
One of the greatest shooters ever, but some people might say
man,
overrated. I don't know. I'm gonna
Clay
let y'all.
Clay Thompson, man. Oh, I'm gonna say overrated. It's close. I mean, he could be properly rated, but if I have to, like, for the sake of argument, I have to go overrated.
Mhm.
I mean, he is third greatest shooter of all time. It's got to go Steph, Ray, and Clay, in my opinion.
Nah, yeah, that's understandable. Yeah.
And I mean, he had them scoring outbursts when he was with, but he was always playing with Steph. You see, as soon as he left and stopped playing with Steph, he been selling.
hmm AJ.
Oh man, yeah, dang, I don't want to say it. I must, because I don't know if y'all saw Club 52 on 280. You know Jeff Teague's podcast. He had said something recently about like Clay. He's not too far off from D Wade. I don't know
I
about
seen
that.
that.
So
Yeah, I seen that one. I seen
I
Who
would
that one. And the
say,
said
guy that
that?
I don't know all the guys on that pod, but I know the one guy was having a big pushback. He was
yeah,
like, "Bro, it's not even close."
yeah.
No, nah.
I think Clay is like close to proper related, but I'll say just slightly overrated in that way. It's kind of like what Pete was saying. Now I know that Clay is obviously older. I think he's 35 now or near 35.
hmm
He's already. What he's done now on the Mavericks, being separate from that, but I mean, like it's hard to compare him directly because he fit perfectly in that Warrior system. We never saw him like in his prime at his peak be
hmm
in a situation where he's like the number one guy or like a go-to guy or like for when James Harden was traded to the Rockets, like have that type of opportunity. So I'm gonna say that he's a little bit overrated, but I mean, I still think that he's a future Hall of Famer for sure.
I think I'm gonna say underrated just because like you can make a case that he's probably arguably the greatest 3 and D player ever. Like Shane Battier is another good one. You know what I mean? Danny Green, but I think if like Clay is the best. Now Ray Allen is a better maybe all around scorer, and you can make the case that he's a better 3 point shooter. But I think Clay in his prime is the better defender. But like you said, AJ, he really never been by himself. But I don't think anybody really holds him on the same regard as like a Vince Carter or a Ray Allen or a Kobe. You know what I mean? They kind of have him as more like in that 3 and D category. Up next, we got John Stockton. Is John Stockton overrated or underrated?
Man, I'm gonna say John Stockton overrated, man. I know as that's a that's a big it's a big one. I know, a lot of people, he's all time assists and all this, but he he's not top five point guards all time, in my opinion. In my opinion. He top
What's your
10 for
list?
sure.
What's your top
We
He
we
five?
top
gotta hear the
10.
list now, bro. I feel like that was pretty wild.
I'm just asking.
I got Magic. This is no order. This is just five.
This
Is
is
better
the
than John
best, not your
Stockton.
favorite, right?
It's yes. This is better than John Stockton, in my humble opinion. We got Magic. We got Curry. I'm gonna go Oscar Robertson. I'm going Russell Westbrook, and I'm going Chris Paul.
You know what?
That's no order. That's no order.
Now that you said it back to me, I could see maybe him being pushed out. You forgot Isaiah Thomas though.
And but that's
Mm,
just another one. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Right. I've
I
never
think
went ahead.
when you first initially said it, it did sound kind of wild to me. But he is all time in assists and he's all time in steals. But I think the thing about Russell Westbrook is probably the one that's hard. But he got the MVP. His numbers are way like points per game,
yeah,
rebounds is like so much more than John that I could see Russ being over John, even though he really doesn't. I mean, well,
and
John ain't got no chip either, so
yeah, and I am,
yeah.
I am biased to Russell Westbrook as my favorite player. But even if we take off Russell Westbrook and put in IT, that's still 5 point guards
hmm
who I feel are definitely better than John Stockton.
Okay. What about Kid? You think Kid better than Stockton?
It's hard, but I'm gonna have to go with Kid. He's a bigger body. They pass the same. He could score better than
hmm
John, and then obviously defense.
hmm AJ.
Yeah, I think he might be a little bit overrated too. Not because he wasn't great, but just some people like hold that steals record and that assist record in such high regard, like saying it'll never be passed and stuff like that. To where like it's like, dang, you think he did all that? He should definitely have a ring or two. I mean, obviously he played during Michael Jordan era, so
hmm
obviously, but yeah, I can see that too. Because I mean, you didn't mention another guard. This might be a little polarizing too, because he kind
Nash.
of plays similar to him. Yeah, I was just about to say Steve
Nash,
Nash
yeah.
Yeah.
too. I mean,
hmm
two-time MVP as well. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. So. Yeah, I mean, there's an argument for, like you said, Pete, almost 10 guards better than him, but
Mhm.
you never know. Depends on the person.
Yeah, and I think like you said, like you could make the case that Dame is better than him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if
And
you want
or
to.
like cause off the pure scoring and just able to create his own shot and all that. But yeah, John, he's a legend, but I think he's a bit overrated as well. Up next, it actually was Damian Lillard. Is Damian Lillard overrated or underrated?
Here lately, I'm gonna go with underrated. Just here lately, because the stuff I've been hearing about Damian Lillard, man, is crazy. They just forgot who he was, in my opinion. I mean, them Portland days, he was top two, three point guards in the league his every single year for the Portland years, and people don't really hold that much weight for that because he didn't win a chip, and then he just eventually ended up leaving. They say he wasted his career.
Mm-hmm. AJ.
For sure, I definitely think that he's underrated, and you can't hold that into high regard. Like for example, today on First Take, I was watching Mad Dog Russo. He was talking about Dame. You can't talk and nothing like that. You don't have any rings. First of all, and he got blew up by the Warriors. First of all, that Warriors team had KD. Like, come on now, you can't even. That's not even fair. In the conference finals, when they got swept, like, dude, they weren't going anywhere. But yeah, Dame. I mean, like an example. I know Pete probably don't want to bring this up, but what he did against OKC that series, I mean, like that was just a prime example of how nuclear he can be. And then if y'all remember the 2021 playoffs against the Nuggets, he had that one game, he had like 60 points. Oh my gosh, he couldn't miss. I think it went to overtime. It was in the first round a few years ago.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
went
yeah.
crazy that game. So like that's just a prime example of what he can do. I really hope in game 3 in this Bucks and Pacers series that he can show Tyrese Halliburton what he's talking about, because Tyrese Halliburton, we were talking about him a second ago, he can sometimes come off as a little, arrogant and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that too. And like at times, like it's his teammates that's doing all the stuff, like Siakam, Nembhard, and stuff like that. So I do think that Damon's underrated. I think that it would be nice to see him have like a signature vintage game too. But yeah, that's a long winded saying that I think that he's underrated for sure.
I think like as far as Dame, like he's one of the pioneers for like the 3-point movement with Curry and Harden. But I'm gonna say overrated, bruh. This man was on top 75, but my boy Dwight ain't get in, bruh. Come on,
when
man.
you
Dame
okay,
ain't even got nothing to
I
show
didn't
for it.
even think about that. I didn't even think about it like that. When you put it that way,
Come on, top
I think
75.
I think you're
What do you
right.
got? Like a
I
all
think I
rookie
had to switch
team
my
and then
answer.
like a 3-point contest? Like
Yeah, when you put it that way, I think I have to switch my answer. He might be overrated.
like that's what
He's not
I
better
do
than
agree with
Dwight.
like your points. Like he's underrated. Like he's he is underrated, but that him being on top 75 is like wild to me.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I can see that.
But so we got some games tomorrow going on. We got Magic versus Sales, Heat versus Cavs, and oh no, that's today's game. My bad, y'all. So tomorrow we got Knicks versus Pistons, OKC versus Grizz, and Nugs versus Clips. Now, like out of those games, like which one are you most like anticipating? Like which one are you most excited for?
For me, it's definitely the Nuggets and Clippers series. That's been my like most intriguing, most entertaining series. I think the Clippers are going to win 7, but we'll see what happens, especially as it transitions to LA. That Kawhi performance, he had 39 points, 15 for 19 from the field. I mean, this is the Kawhi that we've been waiting to see, as healthy as he's been too. I mean, like can really take them to the next level, and I would love to see them play against OKC. But that's my definitely favorite matchup coming tomorrow. I mean that Pete, that Thunder Grizzlies series was over in the second
Oh
quarter
yeah.
of game 1. So that's nothing there. The Pistons next one is good too, but I think the Clippers and Nuggets, in my opinion, is like the most intriguing for sure, at least from tomorrow's games.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like that performance from Kawhi, man. Like yesterday, like these last couple of days, man, I just been having the best time watching ESPN. Like everybody's talking about Kawhi. Kawhi, my favorite player, as y'all know. So I just love to see. Like you said, he went 5 for 19. I got it pulled up right here. 5 for 19, 4 for 7 for 3, and
15,
then
15, 19.
yeah, 15 for 19. My bad. And then 5 for 5 from free throws, dropping 39 points. I mean, I think it's like when healthy, Kawhi is one of the best like playoff performers ever. And I think I'm
Hmm.
gonna just go ahead and say it, man. Like it's been on my heart for a while that Pete, man, what's up, man?
I'm just,
that that
I'm ready for what you about to say.
that when Kawhi is healthy, he's better than KD, bro.
Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah,
He's
We can
he's
go with
be-
that. Yeah,
he's
yeah,
better than KD,
okay.
man.
I
In
ain't
the
know
in the
what you was about to
playoffs,
say.
like I
I
feel
was
like that's not like
scared.
a wild take. Like I mean, it
No,
is
it's not. I think you're right. I
he's
was
better than
scared for a
Kevin, bro.
second. I didn't know what you were gonna say, but yeah, I think you're definitely right. He's definitely better than Kevin Durant.
I feel like every
Um,
pod I gotta at least say something to down Kevin Durant. So
hey,
y'all go ahead.
I don't have no problems with that. I'm Kevin Durant hater. Um, but I'm definitely most excited to watch the Nuggets and Clippers game. Um, because that's been a crazy series. The first game went to overtime. Second game still came down to the wire as well. But most intriguing, I'm gonna have to go with the Knicks and Pistons. I love watching the young guys, what I'm saying, come up
Mm,
and develop. And Cade Cunningham really is showing me something that I like to see. Um, he's bringing the Pistons back, what I'm saying. And
mm,
I think he had 30 last night in the
yeah.
W.
Mm. So has like the momentum? You think the momentum has kind of swung back to the Detroit side? Like you think Detroit is favored? Like I don't know who you had. Who did you have? You had the. I don't
I
know if you
picked
had
the
Knicks.
Knicks. I picked the
Knicks.
Knicks to win in six, I
Mm,
believe. But I definitely didn't think the Pistons were gonna get one in MSG, and they did.
mm,
So I'm excited to see that. I mean, I'm intrigued to see, even if my pick's wrong.
mm. I think the one series that like kind of is wasting everybody's time is the Oklahoma Grizzlies series. I think they
Yeah,
just like if they get blown out by 30 next game, bro, just
My-
go ahead and
just don't even show up for
yeah,
game
just
four,
wrap it up the
bro.
series. I mean that I didn't even see that like happening. I thought okay, it'll be we got John Moran, we got Jaren Jackson, we got Desmond Bain. I didn't have them winning, but I thought at least
At
I didn't
least
think they was
get
gonna lose
two
by
games.
50. Like
Yeah, I'm a Thunder fan. I want them to win by 50 every game. But
yeah.
I said in the last podcast, I said I don't want to play the Grizzlies. I think it's gonna be Thunder in seven. I mean six if we play the Grizzlies.
Yeah, you said you'd rather play the Mavericks, and I think we were all
Yeah,
kind of like we were in agreement. Like, yeah, but like I can't see it getting no worse
I got
than
no worse than
than
50.
this. And
Exactly. And
go
my
ahead, AJ.
bad.
My bad.
Those like matches like that. That's why some people think that's the first round matchup. Some of them should be like the best of five, but
They
that's
they
a
used to
different.
be. Yeah, they used to be back in the day. I think, and then the yeah Knicks Pistons, OKC Grizz, and then okay, so Friday we got Celtics versus Magic. I could see maybe the Magic getting the game, but I don't really think that Celtics are pretty much going to advance to the next round. We
Yeah,
got Pacers versus Bucks. Now that's been good. Now are we going to consider this a rivalry now? Like Pacers versus Bucks, is this a rivalry?
I- I'm not. I'm not considering it a rivalry just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Just because Giannis ain't got nobody, so it's looking like the Pacers are gonna win pretty,
Mm-hmm.
pretty easily. Not necessarily easily, but it's probably gonna be a gentleman's sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Think.
yeah, for sure, I think so. And then with the Magic and Celtics series, I definitely think it's gonna be a sweep. The Magic, man, their best chance to win the game was tonight when Jason Tatum didn't play and they lost. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't see them winning with Jason Tatum on the floor.
AJ, what you think? You got Pacers Bucks as a rivalry, or you got it just kind of as some
Uh,
competition?
well, I think it's one sided right now, especially how it's going right now and how it went last year. Obviously, Giannis was out last year, and then
Mm-hmm.
Dame out the first game, Giannis and Dame back. But I mean, yeah, the Bucks got to win Game 3. If they don't, I mean, it's already clipping. It's already looking bleak right now. So to be a rivalry, I mean, the Bucks would have to win this series, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
looking bleak right now, and that enters a new conversation to if Giannis is gonna get disgruntled and maybe ask out eventually. I don't know. That's a different conversation there, but yeah. And for the Celtics one though, yeah, I could have saw the Magic getting one, like Pete said though, and this was their best opportunity to win tonight, but. Now it's clipped because it's going back to Orlando, and I think the Celtics will probably pack them up real quick and get it over with for four.
yeah. And
Yeah.
can you really call it a rivalry if
That's
you
what I'm
get
asking.
cooked every time?
I mean,
Right.
it's not like they like
I
they
mean,
only met
it's
twice,
not,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, it's not, crazy, but if the Bucks lose this one, we can't call it a rivalry if they got cooked twice in a row.
But the Bucks
Right.
have won the chip, so I mean, and I
That's
know
true.
they
They
didn't
did
maybe
win a
necessarily
chip.
beat the Pacers on the way to there, but I think right now the Bucks, like if it is a rivalry, it's like, bro, yeah, you beat me twice in the playoffs, but less than 4 years ago we won the chip. So now I don't think it is because I think it's really more between Dame and Hallie kind of thing going on. Like
A little
that,
bit.
like
Yeah.
just kind of, competition. I don't think it's necessarily a rivalry, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. But I think, like AJ said, I think everything might get broken up before the rivalry even begins. Like, I think Giannis might get out of there. Dame's getting old.
Yeah.
Pacers, I don't know how long they'll be good. So I don't know if it's really a rivalry. And then we got Lakers versus Timberwolves. So Lakers managed to get a game. I thought that if they would have went down 2-0, they would have been pretty much cooked. I think any team in the West if you go down 2-0, you're not gonna come back unless like Oklahoma went down 2-0. I could see them come back, but I don't even see them losing a
Going
game.
down 2
Yeah,
0.
going
Right.
down 2-0 to
Yeah,
come back. So I think the Lakers really need that win. Like, do y'all think the Lakers? Y'all still got Lakers coming out or Wolves or who y'all got?
they definitely really needed that win. Like you said, if they went down 0-2, I didn't think it was
Mm-hmm.
possible for them to come back. I mean, they have Braun, and Braun makes anything possible, but he's older, so um. But I definitely think they needed that game, and I still have them coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Lakers in 6. I still think they could do it in 6.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I picked the Lakers in six as well too. I mean, Luca, you saw the first two games. I mean, I know the first game obviously the Lakers lost, but I mean he hooped in both games. He had a 37 point game in game one and a 31 point game last night. Also having a triple, almost having a triple double. My bad. So as long as the others step up, LeBron and Austin Reeves. I mean, LeBron is always going to get you something for sure, but obviously you're going to need someone like Austin Reeves to step up. They'll be able to facilitate that. But there's even a moment the Timberwolves look like they were almost coming back too. So that'll be something to monitor. Obviously, being back in Minnesota, the fans are going to bring it, but we've seen Luca play at a high level in Minnesota as well too. So I think that this series is going to be, well, this next game in Game Three is really going to determine a lot because if the Lakers can win that, I think that they're going to take control of it for sure.
Okay. Can my boy Bronny get in the game, man? Like,
Nah, nah, nah.
He said
We
no.
don't want. We don't want him.
man, I
Leave
thought
him on the
well,
bench.
I'm a little disappointed in Ant Man though. Like last night, he needs to be aggressive. I had picked him to be like, well, he was my most important player for the playoffs in the podcast. Like last two podcasts, I picked him to be like he was my most important, and that was because it's really all on his shoulders. If it's Ant Man or die, and I don't expect him necessarily to beat the Lakers, but I expect some a Jordan type performance, kind of versus like when Jordan played the Celtics, and he dropped 63. I think it was 63. Like I need to see him at least like shooting everything because you're more than likely gonna lose, bro. You might as well go out swinging. And I was kind of disappointed. I thought he could have been a bit more aggressive.
Yeah. Quick sidebar. Jordan lost that game against Larry Bird. He dropped 63.
That's what I'm saying. They
But
lost. They lost the whole series, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say that with Anthony Edwards in the game one, as aggressive as he was, it paid dividends the whole game. Julius Randle got off. Rudy Gobert got off. So with him being so aggressive, Jaden McDaniels dropped 25.
Mhm.
Like it just opens up everything else, and it helps the whole team when he's aggressive. So with him not being as aggressive last night, you could see why they lost.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. I believe he had like a career high and well, not career high, but season high in assists. That first game, 9, and then
They
like
made 21 threes that game too.
yeah,
That made a huge difference as well.
there was probably like double closing in, and he was kicking to
Right.
shooters. But when you're not
Hmm
aggressive, just like there's nothing to play there, so they just
Yeah, and there's no reason to double close in because
mm,
you're not driving to the rack.
mm-hmm. So like, is there any team that you think like is in trouble necessarily?
Well, aside from the obvious, Grizzlies and Bucks, um, I feel like every team. I mean, the Cavs got the Heat pretty much. The Magic pretty much done for. The only team that I'll say is kind of in trouble is the Rockets if Jimmy Butler comes back
AJ.
and comes,
I can see that, yeah, if he comes back for sure. But I mean, hopefully, knock on wood, Lord willing, I think they're going to win tonight. So that makes things interesting. But yeah, I mean, obviously, the Warriors having that veteran experience. We've seen what Jimmy Butler has done in the finals and his different various playoff runs. And obviously, we know Steph. I mean, especially that game one. Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm still not over that. Like, oh, I only get over if the Rockets were to win this series because, bro, that three that he made just going out of bounds, bro. Oh my,
falling away.
Mm.
bro, I won't get over that. But yeah, I can see that though. But yeah. But the Magic are clipped. The Grizzlies
Yeah.
are for sure clipped, and I think the Bucks. I mean, they better win Game Three. That's all I got to say.
Grizzlies
And
The
not in
not,
Bucks.
trouble, bro. They dead.
yeah,
Yeah. I
what
think
what could possibly happen for the Grizzlies for them to come back in series? What they need?
the
Prime
whole
MJ,
Thunder.
bro. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus. I
Done.
mean,
They need Jesus.
for them
No,
to
for
come
real.
back, like they would have to have like I don't know, like even if they win a game, like they're gonna lose the next two games, like you
Yeah.
know what I mean. So I don't. There's nothing really they can do, bro. Just play hard, try not to lose by 50 again, and guard your man and hit open
try not
shots. Like that's all they really
try
can
not
do.
try not to embarrass yourself.
Like they
Oh
really
man.
can't do much. Um, Is it any like anybody that's maybe disappointed you, like player wise or team wise? Like, has anybody been disappointing? I think it kind of goes. The Bucks have been disappointing. I thought I had the Bucks winning that
Yeah,
series. They're down 2-0 now. I think
yeah,
I thought I mean they can come back because Giannis is the best player in that series and anything is possible. But teams that go down 2-0, they don't have an 8% chance of winning a series. And I think that's pretty disappointing. I thought it was going to be a better series.
Right. I will say they were down 0-2 in the finals though, so I mean anything's possible. But yeah,
Mhm.
they for sure have been the most disappointing, I'll say, and it already made things more complicated with Dame not being uncertain. Because really, if the you made the argument the Bucks won Game 1, Dame probably wouldn't have came back to Game 3, but them losing that kind of hiding a sense of urgency for him to come back, and now losing Game 2 still with Dame back, yeah, it's
Mhm.
looking bleak for them for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like when Dame came back, I was like, oh, okay, bet it's time to roll. Like they're gonna at least get this one. They still
Hmm.
lost. I was like, man, has any
Although I
bit?
will say,
Go
he
ahead,
just
Pete.
came back his first game back, so
Hmm.
I can't really fault them,
Right.
for
Yeah,
him
yeah.
for not being in a rhythm. So maybe next game
Hmm.
he'll he'll find his rhythm. They'll get a dub, and they'll get their chemistry going back, and maybe they can make something shake.
Yeah, no doubt. Hopefully, hopefully. Okay, so Nico Harrison reveals he didn't know how important Luka Doncic was to the Mavs. So he had this to say. Harrison admitted in his April 21st end of the season news conference, "I didn't know that Luka was important to the fan base. I didn't quite know it to what level." I mean, does the man live in Dallas? Like, where's he at? Like, how do you not know that?
Does he go to the games? I
Games.
mean,
That was. I think he should just leave it alone, let it die. Stop talking about this man, bro. Because there's nothing you could say. No one's trying to hear any of that.
yeah. And the more you talk about it, the more
It
press you just
hurts.
bring in. Yeah, the more it
Hmm.
hurts, and the more it hurts you.
Yeah.
Like you're only hurting yourself at this point because it's already done. So
Hmm. AJ, you got
let it
anything you
die.
want to say on?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. You know, Luka's one of my favorite players, so it's just forever the dumbest trade ever. I mean, it just goes without question. Like I think one thing that people underrate, but I mean, it's just the reality that the owners they signed off on this as well too, though. So
Hmm.
I mean, but they're not getting the blame because not everybody knows about Patrick Dumont. Obviously, the general manager is going to get the most hate, so that's why it's Nico Harrison. But I just think it's just organizational malpractice, and yeah, I mean, you can make the argument that oh yeah, when the Mavs are healthy. They'll have AD, they'll have Kyrie and all them. But at the end of the day, shoot, Luka's born in '99, bro. He just turned 26. He got another decade.
Yeah,
So like, what are you doing? I mean, it just makes no sense. He literally just got to the finals. I know he lost to the Celtics in that fashion, but could have ran it back, things of that nature. Added some more stuff. But it's just, oh my gosh, the dumbest trade in NBA history. That's a fact.
Yeah,
yeah. And
I'm
Patrick, what's his name?
Dumont. Hmm.
Patrick Dumont. There we go. He came out and said like, Nico Harrison didn't tell me, and like all this, and just basically blaming everything on Nico Harrison. Like he's like, I'm not gonna go to him for basketball advice anymore. Like, hey, bro, you let him do it. You signed off on it, bro. So just back your GM.
Hmm.
That's a bad look. That's a bad look.
Yeah, it is.
I think
Nico's definitely Nico
what
has to get fired.
what hurts most is like that he's homegrown. Like this is a
Yeah,
guy that they seen like become one of the top three basketball players in the world, and then they just ship him off. Like it's not like they acquired him in a trade or he came later on. Like Kobe was with the Lakers. Like we seen Kobe from 17. Well, not us because we
Right.
some young cats, but them old heads. They seen Kobe 17, Braun. Get to Cleveland, take it over. And it's like just to see we actually managed to pick the right, we picked him, traded for him, trade for him, got Luca, and
Yeah.
then we just let it go. Like he's a generational talent. That's
that's
just
I'll never understand that, and I
yeah.
I don't think anybody ever saw that coming. Like if Giannis leaves the Bucks next season, we saw it coming.
Mhm.
Cool. But you never think like, okay, this man is you we drafted him. He turned into the GOAT right away. And he been balling ever since. He took us to the finals last season. Let's trade him. What?
Mm. I don't think it'll probably ever happen again. Now I think Moses Malone he won MVP. And I don't think he was traded. I think he might have axed out. I don't know what the case was, but he left in free agency. He went to the Rockets, and then he won MVP again. I believe he's the only player that won MVP on like two separate teams, like in 2 years back to back. I think that's right, but like I don't think we'll ever see that again. I don't think we'll ever see somebody get their team to the finals and then not and we'll see somebody go to the finals and then go to a different team, but we won't see somebody get traded.
Yeah,
Mhm.
We
I
won't
don't
see
think so.
Jordan carry the Bulls to the finals and then next year get traded ever
It's
again.
just you just don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you get your franchise guy, you keep him, you build around him.
hmm It
You
it just don't
traded
make any
the
sense.
young, yeah. I mean, you traded a young 20. He's 26, I believe,
Mm.
26-year-old. In his prime for injury prone Anthony Davis,
hmm
who
And
Yeah,
they
probably
didn't
has
get
three
Austin
years
Reeves
left.
in the trade either.
No, they
yeah,
didn't.
yeah. They didn't even get that other draft pick. Like that doesn't make any sense. And if I was a GM on the Mavs, it'd just been god dang. I don't know, man. We'd have got
I'm not
everybody.
getting rid of Luca.
It would just been Braun and Luka on the Lakers. We would have had Rui. We'd have had the janitor. We'd have had the mop boy. We'd have had the
No,
mascot.
for real.
We'd have had everybody, man. It'd have
Let
been
me get Genie Buzz too.
Genie.
Come on,
Well, we'd have had the Laker girls. Everybody would have been over
all
there on
that.
Mavericks, bro.
I need all that.
But to only get Max Christie, and I like Max Christie. He's a like good defender, good 3-and-D guy, but it's not like, oh, he's Klay Thompson or something, you know.
It's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough. All right, so we got six man of the year that went to Peyton Pritchard. I think rightfully deserved. Is it like anybody else you thought maybe could have won six man? Ty Jerome.
Yeah.
I thought Ty Jerome
Yeah.
maybe could have won it as well, but I like Peyton's game. What do y'all think?
I mean, it was out of them too.
hmm
I think whoever would have got it, it wouldn't have been any hard feelings. So I'm cool with it.
hmm We got a clutch player of the year that just went to Jalen Brunson today. I don't really like. I mean, clutch player of the year. I know they have like
I
all
don't.
the little stats and stuff that they use in like you got to be under a certain amount of minutes in the game. And I mean, I can see Jalen Brunson. I mean, Jalen Brunson is a really clutch player. I can't really think of somebody off the top of my head. The finalist for it was so Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, and Jokic. The thing about Jokic is he kind of affects the whole game, the whole
Exactly.
time.
The whole
That
time
even
that
if
like,
he is really clutch, it doesn't even look like because he's been doing it
cause
for
he
the
was doing it the
last.
whole
Entire time.
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
I mean, just like Jalen Brunson, we saw the first 3 quarters of game one, he didn't really do anything, and in
hmm
the fourth quarter, he had like 15. So
Right.
So these next couple awards they haven't been decided yet. But we got Defensive Player of the Year. The finalists are Dyson Daniels, Draymond Green, and Evan Mobley. Who do y'all like out of them three?
I picked earlier in the season, I picked Evan Mobley, and then with Dyson Daniels as my runner-up because he averaged 3 steals.
hmm
So I'm gonna still go with Evan Mobley. I mean, he's still going crazy, doing everything I said previously. So we're gonna rock with Evan.
AJ.
Yeah, for sure. I'm on that same wavelength as well too. I mean, for me, I mean, obviously Draymond's a great defender, but yeah, I think he finishes last in this. Dyson Daniels, he's been very underrated, not only from defensive component as well. I think he'll make an offense all defensive team as well too. But even he's up to his offensive scoring as well too. I think he's a finalist for most improved player as well too. So he's had a huge impact on the Hawks team, even though they missed the playoffs. But yeah, I think Evan Mobley for sure is defensive player of the year. And I'm sure he's going to enjoy the award because for years to come, as long as Wemby can stay healthy, that award will be his to lose for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like yeah, once Wemby comes back, it's pretty much wraps. He'll always be the block leader so long as he's healthy. We got most improved. We got Cade, Dyson Daniels, like you just said, and then Zubac. I'm really liking what Zubac is doing. To me, Cade, I know he took a step forward. The team more so to me, I feel like took a step forward. Cade has already been really good, and I know he's hooping in these playoffs. But I think I might give it to Zoo, man. Like Zoo defensively, he's gonna make an all defensive team. It's what his team needed. It came out of left field. Like no one seen that really coming. I feel like, and they gotta give it to Zubac. But I am kind of a bias. I do like Zubac's game, and I use him on 2K a lot. So
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like Zoo. And as far as most improved, look, who was the finalist again? It was
Cade,
Cade and
Dyson.
Dyson Daniels.
Mm,
So I mean, if Dyson Daniels doesn't get Defensive Player of the Year, I could see him getting most improved, just because we really didn't know too much about him last season, and
hmm
then now he emerged. But I probably agree with you on Zubac. He was good. He's a decent role player last season, but he's emerged as like a above average starter this season as far as centers are concerned. So I could definitely see him winning that.
hmm
Yeah, for sure. I'm on the same left with it. I think it's going to be Zubac. For Cade Cunningham, I don't know if I saw what JJ Redick said a long time ago, a while ago. that award has become like the most improved player award has become like the high draft pick who finally becomes an all star. And I kind of see that because I mean, like with Tyrese Maxey, he
Mm-hmm.
won it for example. John Morant won it for example. So yeah, I think Zubac could win it, should win it as well too because I mean he's averaging nearly 20 and 10. So no one saw that like you said, Cam, and he's been a huge rim roller with James Harden. But not only that, as a playmaker, he's really up to his performance too. So I think Zubac should win it. Dyson Daniels, he was also traded from the Pelicans to the Hawks this year, and he had this type of impact that he had year one with them. So I think he should be the runner for sure there. But I think Zubac should win the Most Improved Player award.
Nah, yeah, AJ, I definitely agree. Like what you said about like it going to the high overall pick who finally made the All Star game. Like for it's almost should be like for them, it should be like a separate award, like the About Damn Time award or something like. And then maybe for the other guys who are like lower down, like the guys who maybe like second round picks or something who finally blossomed, like maybe they should get most improved because, like you said, if you're number one, number two, number three draft pick, it shouldn't really be. And Cade hasn't really been struggling, but you know what I mean. It's kind of like he's been doing
Yeah,
well. He's been doing. It's just a
but you're
matter of
supposed to be that good though.
exactly. And then with Cade, it wasn't even like he was underperforming. It was just he'd only been in the league what 2, 3 years, so it's just time.
Yeah,
He was on his way up to these numbers, I believe.
yeah, and it's just like Lamelo Ball. I mean, putting up great numbers on a shit team. Like now they finally made the playoffs. It was he's most improved. No, the team improved,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Mm-hmm.
team is doing better. But he's doing the same shit he's been doing.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the next we got a MVP. So it's come down to Shea, Giannis, and the Joker. Do y'all got like a favorite? I know Pete, what you rolling with SGA still?
Okay, I think SJ is going to win, and I want him to win. But
Oh, before you go,
Jokic,
before you go, SGA is averaging 32 points, 5 rebounds, and 6.4 assists.
yeah. So I mean, I want him to win, and I think he's gonna win. But I think that Jokic deserves to win this year. Although last year I didn't think he deserved to win. But it's gonna be voters fatigue. So they're not gonna give
Mm.
it to Jokic the year that he really deserved it because he got three MVPs, so they already gave him two back to back, and then that last one last year. So I don't think they're gonna give it to him again.
AJ.
Right, yeah. So like it's kind of compensating for last year because yeah, I think SGA should have won it last year too. Yeah, I can see that for sure. But yeah, Jokic, I mean, like he's a definition of MVP for the Nuggets. Like they wouldn't be anywhere close to sniffing what they are without him. So yeah, that's the definition of that. But yeah, Shea should win it. Just what he's done this year. I mean, being a what's called, he's gonna win a scoring title, averaging the most points per game in the league. He did it last year as well too. This is his third straight season, averaging 30 plus points per game. So I think he's gonna win it. Obviously, OKC almost won 70 games as well too. So that's a huge factor there. I think he's gonna win it. And then like really, it's been like even last year. I mean, I think Luka was the third person, obviously, rightfully so. But like honestly, we and Giannis is gonna be third. If we really didn't necessarily see Giannis like having a real chance, it was gonna either be Jokic or SGA for sure.
And I will say that's kind of unfortunate for Giannis because defense is kind of so over like underlooked, and he is probably the best defense player by miles. Well, SGA is good at steals, but Giannis is like a better, I think, like
All around.
perimeter, yeah, all around, like and I think with Giannis, the thing is, it's kind of like the Jokic effect in a way. Like we seen Giannis do this so many times that it's like he's putting up these great numbers, and probably any other year, if Jokic and SGA weren't in the league, he would get it. But it's just that
Yeah,
SGA and Jokic are putting up these legendary numbers, and he's kind of fell like into that third spot. I think like I was saying SGA earlier in the year, but like you Pete, but kind of like I just came around. It's Jokic, man. I mean, these numbers he's putting up is incredible. I have the numbers here. It's a 29.6 points, so 30 points, 12.7 rebounds, and 10.2 assists. I mean, that's pretty much a 30-point triple double. That's arguably the best statistic like NBA season, outside of Wilt Chamberlain ever. Um,
yeah,
I think yeah, he should probably get it. If he doesn't get it, I think we'll definitely look back on this and be like, what were we thinking? He should have got it.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, there's again with the voter fatigue thing. He won it last year, and I think SGA should have won it last year. But also, I don't think if SGA doesn't win it this year, I don't think he gets one because it'll go into the category with the Giannis of, hey, we've seen him do this so many times that
Hmm.
this isn't really MVP worthy. He did the same thing last year, and they won more games last year. So I
Hmm.
mean, unless they break a record or something,
Yeah, no, that's true. Because like you said, what are the odds of like them having a better record, and what are the odds of him? I mean, he'll probably put up the same numbers, but like you said, if he didn't win it, that first year, it's gonna be
Yeah,
hard to kind of
like
play better than
he
he
got the
already is. Yeah.
yeah, he has the same numbers he had last year. Why would we give it to him again? Or why
Mm.
would we didn't give it to him last year? Why would we give it to him this year?
So this is our last little topic here, though. We're gonna go ahead and switch over to football. We got okay. So as we all know, Colorado retired Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders' jersey. Now I got a little quote here. Excuse me if I say this guy name wrong, y'all. All right, so David Pollock, I believe, is a Pollock, my bad. Yo, if you watching, reacted to the news on his podcast, the See Ball Get Ball with David Pollock. Okay. He said, I don't understand this at all, Pollock said. I'm going to throw some names out to you. Brent, I guess Brent was the guy he was talking to. Joe Burrow not retired. Tim Tebow not retired. Cam Newton not retired. Jameis Winston not retired. Marcus Mariota not retired. I can go on and on and on. Not retired. Shador is 32-12 at Colorado. Like that's his record. He wasn't an All American in any year. I don't get it. So at what do y'all think? Should Shador or Travis's jersey be retired? Is it a little early? Do they deserve it? I have the here. So Shador, while he's at Colorado in his 2 seasons, he threw for 7,364 yards, 64 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions, all while achieving an FBS record completion rate of 71.8%. And yeah, so does that? I know I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm some college football guru, and I know that this quarterback was retired in this year, and this guy did that. From me being an outside fan and not really knowing, college football that well, I do think it's a little early. And considering that he never won like, Heisman or the chill, I do think it is a bit, you
Yeah,
know, it might be some, some Bronny
forget.
new Braun type stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, forget the Heisman, forget the chip. He went one game above 500 as a starter in Colorado. He went 13-12. One game above 500, bro. That's not good enough. Travis Hunter, okay, I can understand. He plays both sides of the ball
Mm.
very well. The only reason they even won those 13 games is because of him. He like he put his thumbprint all over that program. So I could see him, getting his jersey number retired. But Shador, brothers, no way.
AJ.
Yeah, yeah. Travis Hunter, especially because he won a Heisman too. That's why he warrants it. But usually, you see players like perform well at the next level, and then they get their jersey retired in college.
Hmm.
Despite what they did in college, the fact of them being so legendary in the NFL, for example, or NBA, is what you put it like that. That they end up warranting getting their jersey retired in college. But yeah, like Shador, yeah, I don't know. It's tough too for Shador because I mean tomorrow is the day of the NFL draft. A lot of people have him potentially going like sliding out the like to the late first round, maybe even second round. So I think it's going to be something for him to prove people wrong for sure. Because it's a lot of people are dragging his name down, whether it's scouts, anonymous scouts, stuff like that. But yeah, for this retired New Jersey thing, I think what's it called the Heisman Award. There's a Heisman Award winner in the '90s from Colorado. His jersey still isn't retired, so that's pretty blasphemous in
Hmm.
my opinion. That like those two players, they never won a national championship or any like significant, even a bowl game, to be honest with you, and still get their jersey retired. But I mean, Travis Hunter, though, I can see it from a Heisman standpoint. But with Shador, a lot of people are going to have backlash. But you weren't going to have one of them only get their jersey
Hmm.
retired because I mean, obviously Dion's the head coach. So yeah,
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
yeah, I definitely agree. Like normally they go to the league and then they maybe do a little something in the league or they get it retired. Like I don't think I ever seen it like this quick in any sport in
it,
high school,
Yeah, no.
basketball, golf,
Before the
some
draft,
yeah. And it's not like he had this outstanding college career. Like if Johnny Manziel, which he did go to the NFL, like Johnny Manziel, he didn't really have to even go to the NFL, and he was still for the guy retired by A&M. He was that great. I don't
yeah,
think Shador was ever on that level, and that's not to say like he won't go to the NFL and have a great career, but I do think it's pretty early. Like now, if we want to talk about bringing clout to the school, I
right.
mean, bro got jersey retired 10 times, but that's
cool,
more so his
yeah, but
dad as well. Um, but yeah, like clout wise, I mean, yeah, they definitely put the school on, but I just think it's early. It's not that he's not a good player. It's just for anybody. Like I think if anybody were to like when Anthony Davis left Kentucky, I don't think no one would have retired that quick, and he was all time great.
Right, and they won a
yeah,
ship.
Yeah, yeah. So I just think it's like you don't ever really see this, but we'll just have to see how his career goes. I think they said like the Steelers are he might go to the Steelers. Is there anywhere y'all would like to see him go?
I mean, so I don't necessarily want him to go to the Steelers because I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Mike Tomlin, great coach, a legendary coach, never had a losing season, but they don't develop quarterbacks. They really can't develop quarterbacks. But if I had to pick a team that I want to see Shadur go to, I'm gonna have to go with the Vikings. Because they are looking for they. There was rumors about them trying to get Aaron Rodgers and trying to get another quarterback. So if they can get if they could slip down and get Shador, that'd be great.
So you don't believe that they're gonna go for it with JJ McCarthy, or like you don't think he's gonna translate at all?
Man, I think JJ McCarthy could translate, but if you're already looking to get somebody else, then I don't think they have the faith in him. I feel like he could probably be great. I saw him in preseason. I saw what he looked like. He looked good, but if they're looking to get somebody else, um, then they might as well move on. I feel like they don't have the full faith in them.
Yeah, it's like they're constantly having like contingency plans, but yeah, I think they need to give him a shot on the field first to then like see for sure. But like for Shador, that's an interesting one. I don't think I've heard that one yet. But I see for sure what you're saying about the Steelers because first of all, they should have had a plan in place when Ben Roethlisberger was on the end of his career. I mean, like how the Packers
Exactly.
did. Like that's the best way to ensure that you're not gonna be in a type of quarterback purgatory. But they have one of the worst quarterback situations in the league, besides the Browns, obviously. And they're both picking high. I mean. One interesting one that's came up recently was Derek Carr. I mean, not Derek Carr, the Saints, because Derek Carr's injury. But I mean,
Hmm.
they still have a long way to go too. I mean, they have some weapons like Chris Olave and Raheem Shaheed, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see where he winds up because these teams like the Browns and the Giants, they pick at the top of the draft, but they're going to get skill players like Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter. One of those two are going to go to those teams. But there's been
Yeah.
conversations about them potentially trading up in the first round to try to get back to maybe draft a quarterback like a Shador or one of those other quarterbacks. So. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the draft is going to be interesting for sure with both
Yeah.
in
I
the NBA
definitely.
and the NFL. Uh-huh.
I don't have Shador in my top five going in the draft. I mean, obviously one I got Cam Ward, and then two Travis Hunter. I got Abdul Carter three, Will Campbell number four, and Tyler Warren number five.
All right,
So
bro.
I
Warren
don't.
is nice.
He's like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So I think he's gonna. I think that's gonna be my mock draft or whatever. I think they're gonna go there, and then Shadur's probably gonna slip down. If he slips to the Saints, that'll be cool too. That'd be nice to see the Saints.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna tune into the draft. Like I really just got into football maybe 2, 3 years ago or so, so I'm definitely locked in, seeing what Miami gonna do. Definitely interested to see what the Texans gonna do. They need an O line, Steelers, QB situation. So we'll see how I go. We'll see how I go. But that's gonna conclude this episode of the Backyard Bullies podcast. Please follow us on Instagram at Backyard Bullies Pod. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all follow my man AJ Rush channel. He's posting some real good content about the playoffs, about he pretty much anything Marvel playoffs, shoes. Y'all make sure to follow his channel. AJ, go ahead and plug your channel real quick.
appreciate it, fam. Just at AJ Russ on YouTube, AJ.RUSS. Post about sports, lifestyle, pop culture, NBA, NFL. Just dropped the top 10 draft prospects video for the NFL draft coming up. So y'all stay tuned for that, and gonna have more NBA playoff stuff coming forward. And obviously, hope to be on the pod again very soon too, because I love being on here for sure.
Yes, sir. Pete,
Yes, sir. Yeah, y'all have a good one, man. Like, comment, subscribe.
like, comment, subscribe, man. And I know a lot of y'all be watching and y'all not subscribing or liking. It does no good. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all. I'm just being honest, y'all. Come on, man. If y'all gonna watch the whole thing or at least a clip, you know what I mean? But all right, we'll see y'all next week, man.